G'day, my name is Dale Sullivan. I'm the owner and operator of a company called Digital Pass Systems Limited, and I'm located in Petawawa, and I service the Ottawa Valley area. And I'm here to show you the Preform dome closure for fiber. So it comes in a box, and we'll do the unboxing here. Comes with a set of instructions. Comes with a series of cable pucks. Comes with the closure itself. And it's all complete, ready to go, right out of the box. And then the dome itself. And the seal for the dome. And the locking collar. It also comes with the accessory kit to secure your fiber inside the dome. So what we'll do is we'll give a demonstration on how to install the fibers into the closure. Okay. Okay, so we have a mock up here, some cables. So what I like to do, and what it says in the instructions, is to take a measurement 45 inches from the end of the fiber to where your opening is. So I've marked it off with some white tape. And then we'll take out one of these closures, or these cable pucks. And it comes with a tape gauge, so you can determine what size you need to use. So for the smaller stuff, we'll take that one first. And it's saying between 4 and 5. So to get the appropriate puck size. And that's not one, that's just the end, an end plate. It's not even anything. Okay. Yeah, and here we go. Here's one here. This one's between 4 and 6. So that's the one we want for that. And it comes with a silicone package. And I'll show you how that's used in a minute. So all the packages come with the measuring stick, the measuring tape. And this is your dummy cable. We'll put that in one side. Slide this down. And this closure is designed for 144 fibers. 144 in and 144 out in different configurations. So that's that one. Take a measurement on this one. And this one is saying it's between 6 and 7. So this is a 6 to 850. So this is the one we want right here. I don't have a can where gel goes. So what I like to do is I always work from right to left. So when I open these up, you'll notice they're numbered from 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I always use 4 as my incoming. So what we'll do is we'll take off this quadrant for the 4. Just unback these off. Of course it doesn't come off. And these are pre-greased, so try not to lay them down on their face. So put them down on their side. And while we're at it, we're going to take off the number 3, because that's where I always bring my first incoming. And then you can expand from there. So there's really no special tools required. You don't need an end plate drill kit, anything like that. And these are reusable too. So it's pretty simple to get these. You'll have to bust these off. These little cable guides. Just grab them with a pair of 8-inchers. Give it a little twist. And they snap right out. Sometimes they go up in pieces, but that's okay. So what you do is you take some of your silicone, just rip the tip off here. For people that are afraid of this grease, it comes with a glove. Just put them on nice and loose. Okay. put a little bit on this one too, just to help it stay in place. And I always use a double one because you can always come in after the fact and you don't have to remove the whole thing. And just leave these on loose so you can move the cable back and forth. So what we'll do now is we'll clean off, take the sheath off the cables now. Normally this would be secured on one of the ends. So if I move the cable around, splice closure. Okay, so once you get your cables open and free from all the things you don't want, you're going to remove this splice tray hold down. Just set it aside. So we're going to cut down these the strength members. Just so they're out of the way a little bit. And just to get these out of the way, we're just going to rack these inside the fiber tray holder. That's just temporary for now, just so we can do we can use our strength member brackets. We'll be installing those next. So the strength member brackets come in the accessory bag. And these are the strength member holders here. So the way that works, you just set that on here, take one of the nuts in the washer, the star washer first, And then it's a 9/16 nut. And then we cut out the strength member even with the edge of the strength member bracket. And then there's the bracket, the bracket itself. If you notice, one of the ends is closed. That goes towards the end. That's wrong size. Anyways, I don't have a wrench for that to fit right now. Carry on with these strength member brackets. Something a little heavier to cut that with. Yeah, so you have to take some of that off of there. Okay, for added security, what you do is you put on these hose clamps that come with the kits. It goes right around the strength member bracket and the cable itself. And that's a 7/16 head that comes on them, so FYI. Wish I had my cam wrench. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get it prepped to install a 24 splice tray just for this splice closure, or this series of splice closures. And they just slide into place, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to unwind our 24 fiber here which has loose tube, 2 12s, and then we're going to undo this. Okay, we're going to fish out of here the blue and the orange. And we're just going to tuck back in the remainder of the fibers, get them out of the way. Okay, that's that. Now, what we're going to do is put 2 wraps, or a wrap and a half of each inside the closure. And then we're going to mark it to where the fiber is going to be opened. We're going to mark it on the same side on the other one. Now these splice trays can go either way, but I found the best way is have your incoming cables come in on this end because it frees up more space as opposed to come on this end. So it doesn't interfere with your strength member brackets. So these little felt sticky backs, these are to secure the fiber in the tray. So I'll apply one of these to each of the fiber where I put my mark, and then I'm going to open up the fibers. take it off in small bites so you don't accidentally pull the fiber out with it. Especially with this grease fill stuff, it's puts extra tension on the fibers you're pulling. Okay, the kits come with this sticky pack felt, and they also come with these little rubber grommets, but it's preference. They tell you can use either or, but I find these ones move around, whereas this, like I said, is sticky back. So once it's adhered to the fiber, they don't move. So that's why I like to use those. And I just secure them in place with little white tie wraps. That they don't come with the kits. You just make sure you have some on hand. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rack this in. This is the slack, in case you make a boo-boo, that we would use. And then I just take this like so, and you flip it around. Like so. But we want to secure these inside first, so just use a tie wrap if you have one on hand. So I'll get one here. Or Velcro works too. That's not quite where I want it. I'll slide it up inside there afterwards. So now this is where you would do your, I normally do my fusion splicing first before I put these into the splice tray, or before I rack it this far. So we'll just throw the orange out of the way for now, out of the equation. So we're gonna pretend we're gonna fuse the first 12 fibers. So bring it around. And then after you clean it, of course, you would fuse it in that location. And then you would move on to your next 12. Any questions? No? Okay. Okay, now You can stack up, like I said, up to 6 of these, so that would give you your 144. And then we'll put back the lockdown tabs to keep it in place. Okay, next step, what we're going to do is we're going to snug up these brackets here on the grommet holders. And we just snug them up so you start seeing the grease coming on the top of the closure here. And if you have a look, you'll see the grease start to squirt out here. And there, that's as tight as they go. Because if you over tighten them, I'll just show you on the back side here. If you over tighten them, these will overlap, and then you'll have a hard time putting your end plate on, your lockdown tabs. Okay, the next step. Is we're going to put on the dome, they call this the dome gasket. So what we'll have to do is we'll grease this up first. There, now it's ready to go in the closure. Just gonna tighten this up a little bit more. So I'm loosening it. Okay, now we'll slip it into the closure. So to do that, we need to take it off the table here. So we stand up on its end. So what we're gonna do is slide it straight into the dome. Doesn't matter which direction. And pull out these tabs on the dome lock. Just simply undoes this way. There, now it's ready to mount on a pole, aerial, or underground. There's an F valve on here to do a pressure test. So you would put in your 6 PSI and use your soapy water solution and look for leaks. And that's it. Hope it was entertaining.